The women's semifinals are heating up in Southern California. My name is Dave Vincent with the World Players of Handball, bringing you more coverage from the 65th U.S. Handball Four-Wall National Championships in Fountain Valley, California. And we're getting ready for this opening serve from Reilly in the bottom bracket of the women's semifinals up against Danielle Daskalakis. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink, and here is that first serve. Referee is Jesse Aranda, and it's a short ball.
Second serve. Hold it, hold the ball. Second serve.
It was interesting because Ashley's second serve was actually a short.
Well, I think she held her arm up as she heard the referee telling her to stop.
Point.
Ashley Reilly, Dave, has been here since Saturday.
1 serving 0.
She's been preparing. She has a system of workouts that she does each day. Very, very methodical. She carries around a notebook, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Short.
Go ahead.
She carries around a notebook, Dave, of different shots that she works on, different
Second
cardio
serve.
exercises and stretching. I know, Dave, that she stayed in the WPH house in Salt Lake City, and you got to see firsthand what she goes through to get herself ready and cool down for a match. It's pretty much an all-day activity just to play one match.
Yeah, I was impressed with the fact that she did what she needed to do to have fun and hang out with everybody, but when it was time for her to start thinking about the match, she turned that switch off, and that was that.
Second serve.
Yeah, normally, Dave, when you turn your switch off, the doors are locked, the lights are out, and you're underneath a bed. So kind of a different switch.
Literally under the bed now, because before I was too fat to fit.
Yeah.
1 serves 2.
1-2 here. It's the 65th USHA Four-Wall National Handball Championships. Los Caballeros Sports Village in Fountain Valley, California.
And Dave, you heard Fred Lewis say it in our previous match. Danielle is so skilled at every code of handball with every ball.
2 serves 1.
She even plays fronton, Dave, with the
Point.
baseball-sized hardball handball, European style. So she's
3 serves 1.
really arguably the best all-around star in the game right now.
4 serves 1.
Well, we'll find out next weekend. I agree with you. She's already won that title last year.
Point. 5 serves 1. Point.
Amazing
Beautiful
shot there.
Revolving door shot there.
Ashley. Had a chance to watch Ashley
6 serves
do
1.
some of her preparation on Tuesday
Short.
here on site. It's impressive, Dave. I know you've seen it.
Second serve.
Well, everybody prepares differently, but it is when you recognize
Side out.
that somebody's into that mode, it's interesting to watch how they focus and what they do.
Danielle
1
had
serves 6.
an incredible victory yesterday, Dave. Splitting the first 2 games 21-19 with Aoife McCarthy, then winning the tiebreaker 11-10. And Dave, I know you've had opponents like that in the past where every time you play it seems to be 11-9 or 11-10, and that's what
2
happens
serves 6.
every time Aoife McCarthy and Danielle play one another. And for some reason, it's Danielle that gets those 11-9, 11-10 razor-thin victories. Have you had opponents, Dave, where it's always close, but for some reason you either win every time or lose every time?
Yeah, and it's something that you're conscious of, but you keep trying to fight through it, and it never seems to go away. I mean, it's there. It could be there for a whole career.
Yeah. I know I've had a couple of opponents I've lost to 11-10 twice, 11-9, and never won.
As much as you want to downplay it as a pro athlete, it always comes back to haunt you just a little bit, especially after every single loss, and then you start believing your critics.
Danielle, Dave,
I
had
don't
an
know,
amazing
Dave,
serve to start that rally. Aisling flipped it in the back well. Go ahead, Dave.
6,
Yeah, well,
serves
I
2.
think I forgot what I said, but yeah, I don't know if there's too many opponents who walk into a competitive situation, know they're going to lose, and actually win. I mean, it just doesn't happen often, especially you've already kind of defeated yourself.
Point.
It was sort of the way that Aisling Reilly was against Fiona Shannon
7,
early in
serves
her
2.
career.
Side out.
Danielle has some great paddle re-kills in the front court. We've already seen 3 of them thus far in the opening moments of this first game. Really
2,
the strength of her
serve 7.
game, Dave.
Side out. Seven, serves 2.
I think it's safe to say, Dave, that Danielle has probably racked up the most frequent flyer miles of any American player this season.
8, serves 2.
Traveling from New York all the way to San Francisco and now here, and a couple other really long trips. She just loves to compete, Dave.
Point.
Yeah, she's definitely has the bug. But then if you're talking about frequent flyer miles, look at Aoife McCarthy and
9,
Katrina
serves
Casey
2.
and Aisling Reilly and Sienna and Martina.
You'll notice when you watch this
Point.
back, Dave, and I know you will, that
Time
I said
out.
the most of any American.
Well, they've been in
Score.
America so long that the citizen Homeland Security folks are starting to file
10,
paperwork.
serving 2.
But you're right, I wasn't listening closely, as I don't know many that do, but
Or listen at all.
nonetheless, this is a very quick 10-2 here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Dave, in game number 1. And you know, we were talking yesterday, just earlier, it was an hour and 25-minute match between Katrina Casey and Sienna Nisharine. Here, though, not even at the 25-minute mark yet, and we're halfway through, at least for Reilly's sake, of game number 1.
Yeah, it's a completely different pace. And
20
you know, the
seconds.
last match, Dave, felt a lot longer than an hour 25 minutes. I don't know if it felt that way to you, but it just seemed like a lot of 15-plus shot rallies, a lot of side outs, and really a pretty close match throughout the first half of both
10
those
seconds.
games before Katrina kind of solved the puzzle and pulled away in both those games. But right now it's Aisling Reilly who's
Time
cruising.
in.
And, you know, both these ladies are offensive-minded here, so we're not going to see nearly as many of those 15-plus shot rallies as we did in
10,
our first
serving
semifinal
2.
match of the morning.
Point.
This is the 65th
11,
USHA
serving
former, I should say, four-wall national handball championships with the former national champion Aisling
Side
Reilly.
out.
She won in Texas a few years back.
Also, the current women's world champion. She'll be defending that title
2,
in just
serving
about 2 months,
11.
Dave, in the Great White North. Beautiful Calgary.
Point. Three, serving 11. Short.
Not a very good serve there.
Second serve. Side out. Eleven, serving 3.
Surprised to see Danielle take that ball with her overhand out of the air when she had a big back wall setup with her left.
12, serving 3.
And Dave, that's like the Bermuda Triangle back there when you punch the ceiling and it just barely comes off this back wall. It's so hard to play for whatever reason. I know it's somewhat dark back there, but the ball just seems to hit the back wall and come straight down. And you see a lot of players just not able to return that shot, particularly on this court.
And it's also very dark back there.
Yeah.
You've played on it 1,000 times, so you know that as well. And coming straight down is even more dark.
14, serving 3.
A lot of guesswork back there.
It's getting late early in this first game for Danielle, who's won just 3 of the 17 points played.
3, serving 14.
11 minutes into this match.
See how Aisling gets right back into that red carpet area, Dave? After hitting that shot, she ran really quickly back into the middle.
And Danielle sees that peripherally.
3.
That's a beautiful
Nice shot.
Danielle strikes me as the type of player, Dave, that just needs to get into a match, a close match with one of these top women players, Aisling or Katrina or Sienna, and just get some confidence knowing that she can play competitively with these ladies as opposed to some of these results we've seen her have against Katrina and Aisling, where we're seeing what we're seeing here today. But as you know, Dave, when you're coming up, it feels a little bit overwhelming against the top players, but once you can get your teeth into a match, it changes everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Point.
Not only, Dave, your confidence grows, but now your opponent knows that they're in for a match and they're not going to be nearly as relaxed. The challenge is, how do you break through that barrier after so many 21 threes and 21 fours and get into that 21 to 15 or maybe even taking a game?
You know, it's all a mindset, and it's interesting that some players can tap into it when they're 16 or 17 or about 18 years of age. Others, it takes years. You know, I know players that have been in their mid-30s where they, all of a sudden, it kind of clicks together with them and they become, you know, more confident with their games.
Well, I'd like to hear an example of that, not in the Masters division, though, in the Pro division. Just an example of someone that in their mid-30s was never competitive, but all of a sudden became so.
No, I'm talking about the mental competitiveness where you break through. There's guys, we were just talking about it earlier, playing certain players where you lose every time 11 to 10.
Yeah.
But you can't break a mental barrier. You know, it's physically, you know how to score points. Obviously, you got there. You won a game. You got to 10. You served, but you can't get it. So I'm talking about breaking that mental barrier. Some players can do it very early and just be so poised. And you look at Katrina Casey and you see how poised she is at such a young age, and you say, gee, that's something I wish I could have. Then you see other players that struggle against certain foes, and they can't break through the mental part of it.
You look very poised last time I saw you play. Throw your gloves and bag into the swimming pool. And keys.
Well, it's just a policy of mine I have. You know, if you lose, it has everything to do with what you're wearing. And I mean, if I had a chance to grab my opponent and throw them in the swimming pool, I would.
Point.
There's another point for Aisling Reilly.
17, serving 3.
Now, Dave.
That's why I always say, Dave, that if this sport was played with guns and knives, there would be a lot of deaths.
Well, most sports that are played with
And
guns and knives do have a lot of deaths.
Point.
Now, Dave, I want you to put your coaching hat on for a
18,
second. What do you
serving
tell Double D here between games?
Well, I like what she's doing right now. She's not scoring any points, though. I like how she goes back to the ceiling with that return, but she stays in the back court so long. My advice to her would be, you're going to play one wall now for about 5 points. I want you to get front and attack. Instead, she's just almost reliant on staying behind the dotted line. You don't see her up front at all. See how she goes back here instead of attacking that shot off the front wall. Look where she's standing now. As Aisling Reilly is going around the revolving door, Danielle is behind her on the back wall. That's not a place to stand when your opponent is in a terrible position. See, now Danielle is forced to go back. It's a great shot, but she could be taking some of that stuff out of the air.
Dave,
Danielle's, look at Danielle's court position.
OCR just 6% here in this first game. Converting just 6% of her offensive opportunities. She only has 2 kill shots in this game, so obviously has not had a lot of opportunities, but has to figure out a way to earn more opportunities, and when she gets them, convert them. That's really what this game comes down to.
Second serve. Point. Pointy, serving 3.
Very smart shot there.
Take 5.
There is a 5-minute break here. And Dave, I was looking back on the stopwatch. It took 22 minutes for that first game to be put into the books. Aisling Reilly with a nice little setup pushes that ball to the left of Danielle Daskalakis, wins game number 1, 21-3 in a very lopsided battle here at Los Cab. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 4 minutes as Dave Fink and yours truly, Dave Vincent, bring you the live coverage with the world players of handball at the USHA 4-Wall National Handball Championships in Fountain Valley, California. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us.
Get a remarkable clean with non-toxic and biodegradable Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. Safe for all washable surfaces, Simple Green can be used indoors and out. Keep your home and our world clean with Simple Green.
Edel is the full brand. We make everything. We're a brand. We represent handball athletes. We represent the sport of handball in our attitude, in our imagery, in what we say and how we communicate. This is what I love about handball. It's hyper athletic. It's combative. You know, it's just one man versus another, and their body and their mind versus another body and mind. It's the battle. I mean, I love the battle. To play handball, you have to have a ton of heart. You know, you have to have a will to win, extraordinary athleticism. So that's why I love the game. One of the things that really sets us apart is our desire, number one, to grow the sport of handball and attract new players to the sport. We believe that with the right brand, partnered with the right pros, these guys are incredible athletes and they're Team Edel, and together we're promoting the sport of handball. Our number one mission is to grow the sport. Our number two mission, but is just as important, is to make premium handball equipment that improves the performance of handball athletes. The WPH is putting handball on the map on an international and national level, showcasing the pros the way that we want to showcase the pros. When people see pro handball athletes in action, they're going to want to play this sport.
Since 1979, Tucson Rolling Shutters has manufactured energy-saving products to fit your lifestyle. Our rolling shutters are the ultimate in energy savings, security, and comfort. Our exterior solution screens reduce energy costs by protecting your home from the sun's harmful heat and glare. We ship our products to authorized dealers all across North America. For a dealer near you or to become a dealer, see our website, TucsonRollingShutters.com.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams. Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Get a remarkable clean with non-toxic and biodegradable Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. Safe for all washable surfaces, Simple Green can be used indoors and out. Keep your home and our world clean with Simple Green.
Back at the Los Caballeros Sports Village in Fountain Valley, California. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink here as we have game number 2. Ashleen Reilly is trying to make her way into another final where she is oh so familiar, going up against Danielle Daskalakis in the bottom bracket of this women's semifinals. Dave, you just chirped out 5:19.
Well, Dave, I just saw a referee in the lunch line, so I don't think we'll be playing anytime soon. We're at 5:50 now.
Score 0, serving 0.
First serve here from Danielle.
Point.
Nice shot.
Not sure she was going for that
That's
shot exactly.
1, serve 0.
No, but I like to see her take that ball out of the air because it's part of that aggression thing that I was talking about at the end of game number 1.
Side out.
We could do a highlight reel on that back wall swing and miss shot, though.
0,
from
serves
not
1.
just Danielle, but every player on this court.
I think that'd be the low lights
Point.
because there's low
1,
lighting in the
serves
back.
1.
Of course. It's a pun.
Check it.
Glad to see you finally figured out what a pun is.
Well, I couldn't define it to somebody, but I
Replay,
know
1,
it when I
serves
say
1.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Point. Two, serves 1.
That was way short,
Oh,
Dave.
it was almost a screen.
It out.
The serve was inside the
Go to
line.
serve.
Should be overturned.
I thought it was a screen on top of that.
One agrees. The other one disagrees.
That's hard to believe.
Side out. He agreed. It was a
I
good
mean,
serve.
that's
That was
just
short.
way short.
Yep, it was short by about 2 inches.
He's in the white.
I mean, he hasn't made a right call the entire tournament.
1,
so.
serving 2.
That was like
You
a
went for
safety
the
hold
shot.
in a way.
I gave you the shot.
Oh, but she had a little stutter before
It's a
she
point.
went for it.
2 serving 2.
You know, Dave,
Out.
handball may be the perfect game, but it's not the perfect game to ref.
2 serving 2.
I'm not sure it's as hard as it appears to be either to ref.
Point.
But then again, Dave, I watched some of these calls in the NBA Finals, and I just can't believe
3
it.
serving 2.
So
I had to stop watching because it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's hard to really rationalize how LeBron can elbow somebody in the ribs, go up for a shot, miss it,
4
and fouls
serving
on
2.
the guy guarding him.
Short. Second serve. Point.
That's a nice angle kill from Aisling. Not always easy, Dave, to end rallies when you're that close to the front wall. It's so frustrating as a
5
player
serving 2.
when you are that close and don't end those rallies, but there's something about being that close, Dave. It's hard to make the ball come out low and soft enough to stay away from your opponent.
Point.
I see a lot of top players, Dave, ending rallies more consistently from the dotted line
6
area than they
serving
would
2.
in front of that foot fault line.
Point.
Wow. So Aisling just kind of does a desperation flick to that right corner, and Danielle, who plays back way too far, can't even get to it, and it's another point
7
for
serving
Aisling
2.
Reilly.
A couple of really nice, soft left-handed re-kills from Aisling Reilly
Point.
early in the second game, and of course, her
Timeout.
trademark right-hand back wall power pass. Aisling Reilly, Dave, will be playing doubles later today with Sienna Nichirin.
Score here is 8-2. Game number 2. Aisling Reilly,
8 serving
our
2.
current world champion. Going to try to win another one of those in Calgary, Alberta, Canada,
30
where the
seconds.
WPH will also be broadcasting live this year. I want to thank GAA Handball, Australian Handball Association, the Calgary Handball Group, as
20
well as the World
seconds.
Players of Handball, and some donations from some viewers to help make that live broadcast come true for this year's World Handball Championship.
Okay, time in.
Your father, Dave,
8 serving 2.
gets credit for donating to that cause.
Wow. Look forward to watching that.
Now, if only he could give you a hug.
Yeah.
Point.
See, now, what do you call that?
Well,
Aisling comes in front of
well, it was called a
Danielle, and the
point.
point's given to Aisling.
I think our referee
9 serving 2.
determined that ball wouldn't have made the front wall.
Yeah,
No
but
argument.
Aisling's running across the front of Danielle during that
Point.
shot. That would make me mishit it.
10 serving 2.
Then again, I swung and missed on a serve once, so it
Point. Serving 2. Point.
You see Aisling just frames her hand perfectly for that right corner kill.
12 serving 2.
And you'll see Danielle appeal this serve after
Point.
this rally. I thought it was good initially. We'll see here, Dave.
You're saying it was short? Both agrees. Short serve. Gonna hold the ball. Replay, 12 serving 2.
Want to thank Chris Garrad and Linda Manning for this amazing video quality and replays.
12 serving 2.
Just incredible work, Dave, from these
Short.
professionals.
Second serve.
That's the
Point.
second
Just
longest
no
rally of the match. 19 shots. Of course, that rally
Timeout.
at 7-1 in the first game, 23 shots, but probably the best rally of the match there ends with Danielle on the ground around the dotted line, unable to make the last pickup.
I was going to say that, you know, at the end of that rally, Ashley Reilly bends her knees and lets the ball drop right into the strike zone. You're going to see it here on this live, or I should say this instant replay. And watch what Ashley does here at the very end.
30 seconds.
This is a great pickup from Ashley.
This is it, Dave. See how she sets herself and then just pushes that ball right down the right wall. It's beautiful
20
leg
seconds.
work.
Door. Come on, Randy. Okay, here we go. Time in, 13, serving 2. Short.
Ball was short, and Reilly, I think her second serve is just
Second
as effective
serve.
as her first. Look at that serve, Dave.
Point. $14, serving 2.
Perfect serve and shoot handball right now from Ashley Reilly.
Short.
She's getting the weak returns and putting her first
Second
strike
serve.
away. 3 consecutive rallies now. And that'll help her OCR,
Point.
Dave. Right now hovering at 35%. The women's average rate at 28% for this event.
15, serving 2.
And Danielle's now just giving Ashley free points.
16, serving 2. Short.
Of course, Dave, you know that
Ball was short.
if a player exceeds the OCR average, he or
One
she
agrees.
wins that
Short
match
serve,
93%
second serve.
of the time. But you already knew that.
Point. $17, serving 2.
What's the OCR rating on the sideline refs?
Oh, replay the ball. Hinder
Too
ball.
low to mention.
At least one has a good high OCR. The other one is
17,
flat. There
serving
hasn't
2.
been. It's like going for 0 for 10 in your first 10 at bats in the major leagues.
Point.
Yeah.
Haven't had a hit yet.
Well, these aren't even at bats. It's more like you're the first baseman and you're 0 for 10 on catching the ball when they throw it to you on a routine grounder.
18, serving 2.
It's hard to get a hit. I mean, even the best can go 0 for 10.
Terrible shot there from Daskalakis.
Wow.
That was good, though.
Tight out.
strange to see Danielle use a left-handed
Two,
punch fist
serving
right down the
18.
middle of the court, overhit when she had Aisling pinned to her right. Ends up winning the rally anyway. This is part of her OCR. She should convert
Point.
there and does.
Now at just 6%.
3, serving 18.
And Dave, maybe that should count as an offensive opportunity. The punch to the left corner seems to be unreturnable.
18, serving 3.
Slide.
Slide.
We call
Ball
that the
slid on the ball.
Bermuda Triangle back there, Dave. What comes in does not seem to be returned.
Replay. 18, serving 3.
I like that good court positioning from Danielle, but it doesn't matter. Aisling just blows it past her to the left.
19, serving 3.
I think the Irish whip, Dave, is really the preferred shot on any slow ball that's coming down off the back wall at that sharp descending angle.
Side out.
This match, Dave, 32 minutes old.
Timeout.
Just about a third as long as the first women's semifinal that we watched. And Dave, I think it's to Katrina's benefit to be able to play that hour-and-a-half match, because you have to realize these athletes are used to training every day for between 2 to 4 hours, and you come to these tournaments and you're trying to take it easy, and now you've gone 4 or 5, maybe 6 days without really putting in a hard workout. And for Aisling Reilly, she probably wouldn't consider this to be a hard workout, whereas Katrina did get her road work in today. You hear a lot of these.
Still some doubles coming up, though.
That's true.
There's still, you know, it's a split workout day.
Yeah, 2 a day.
I'm not trying to counter what you're saying. I mean, I just feel that playing an hour and 30-minute match compared to this game just alone has only been 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And we saw in the previous match between Katrina and Sienna, there were 13 minutes between points scored.
Door. La puerta. Thank you. Time in. 3, serving 20. Point. Four, serving 20. Point.
That wasn't even considered as an offensive opportunity, but Danielle turned it into one.
5, serving 20.
There's that attacking Danielle. See, now Danielle has Aisling on the ropes, and then Danielle goes with a strange fist shot that goes into the ground there.
20, serving 5.
That just shows me that she's not as comfortable as maybe she should be.
The game.
And Aisling Reilly hands Danielle Daskalakis a loss here in the semifinals. It's Aisling Reilly going back to the finals once again to face Katrina Casey tomorrow on this live broadcast at WPHlive.tv/live or race48.com, depending on which way you want to look at it. Dave Fink, Chris Garrad, Linda Manning with that broadcast. My name is Dave Vincent. Do appreciate the work that they're doing and appreciate the fact that you're watching the 65th USHA Four-Wall National Handball Championships. As we have the men's finals coming up right around the corner, we're going to take about a 5-minute break or so, Dave, and we're going to come back and analyze this one just a little bit. So let's take that break now, and then we'll talk about Paul Brady and Emmett Pashot coming up next. For those back in the broadcast van, Dave Vincent here. We'll be back in just a bit from the USHA 4-Wall National Handball Championships.
Get a remarkable clean with non-toxic and biodegradable Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. You can use it straight out of the bottle on Tough Grime or dilute the concentrated formula to make multiple bottles of daily cleaner. Safe for all washable surfaces, Simple Green can be used indoors and out, from kitchens and bathrooms to living and play areas, countertops and floors to furniture and clothing. Keep your home and our world clean with Simple Green.